Hello, you. It's me. And yes, I am revisiting Amber Lynn Reed again. Because this whole cancer thing has really got me. It's got me thinking. I think about people I've known who have cancer, people who have died with cancer. And this really bothers me. Like, I think it does a lot of people that she's using this for sympathy. And so I wanted to look a little bit deeper to try to understand not this journey that she's on, but the previous one. And I may go back because I had thought that I would make a whole series of videos regarding once she got her cancer diagnosis and all the things that happened. The thing is that she's really ticking me off, and I'm not sure that I want to go through all those videos and give her any kind of money for it. I'm just really angry and kind of disgusted by her. But she did say that she had stage 1 cancer, and so I wanted to try to understand better what that meant. So I'm just gonna flip here. This is, let's see if I can get it. I got most of it. All right. Do precancerous cells always become cancer? And the quick answer is no. What they can be is abnormal cells that sometimes return to normal and that also sometimes become cancerous. Okay, so I got that. Precancerous cells, though, just states that they haven't become cancer yet, but they can. And the common thing for when someone gets that kind of diagnosis, it's early enough that they can do a surgery or do something to try to prevent it, just in case, so that the precancerous cells do not become cancer cells and harm the person. All right, so then I decided, all right, can stage 1 cancer be precancerous cells? The answer is yes, it can, to some degree. What it's saying is that the precancerous cells that are abnormal can become cancer, or they could turn normal again. Or they could just be abnormal and not cancerous. But stage 1 cancer is generally confined to one space, one spot. It hasn't gone anywhere else. It's not seeping into anybody's tissues or uterine lining. What it is it's just there. It's abnormal cells, and I would think, generally speaking, they would want to have a surgery like a hysterectomy to get rid of them so that they don't become cancerous and they don't spread. It makes perfect sense. But what Amber has said doesn't. It doesn't make perfect sense, which is why I was looking this up in the first place. Now, do I think that she had cancer? No. Do I think she had precancerous cells that would most likely become cancerous if she let it go any longer? Yes, I think that's a possibility, which is why I think they did a hysterectomy on her, because it was only in one little area, and in order to prevent it from spreading, they took it out. And I think because of her size, apparently people that are obese or morbidly obese can be susceptible to certain kinds of cancer, which Amber herself has admitted. She has said very clearly that it was her fault that she got cancer. Now, did she actually have cancer? Or did she just have the precancerous cells that could become cancer, and they wanted to be safe? Because she is a morbidly obese woman, I would think that with abnormalities, you just want to get rid of them and be done with it, because she runs a higher risk than most people of precancerous cells becoming cancerous cells. But she didn't explain any of this. She's trying to backtrack now. I don't believe a word that she's saying. And in fact, I thought it was very interesting that Karina Kaboom pointed out that she said, I guess it was, I don't know if it was on the video or on the side of the video or in the little box or something. She said she meant unremarkable, not remarkable. She was in error there. So, and I think Karina Kaboom had a very good point when she said she did that on purpose so that in November, when she does get tested again, or whatever she's supposed to be doing in November, that she could utilize that remarkable mark as another scare. I think Karina Kaboom, she is on top of this. It amazes me. She has watched Amber probably a little longer than I have, but she knows this girl like the back of her hand. I must applaud Karina Kaboom for being so knowledgeable about our girl. But I think she was right. It would be the perfect thing for November, when she was saying that people watch the most in November and December. That's when I guess YouTube is really hopping. And so what a perfect excuse to go to the doctor in November when when more people are there to watch and make more money. I mean, damn. She's not smart, but she's a conniving little manipulative bitch. And I say that with all my chest. I can't stand her. Everything she says, even when she had her first diagnoses, quote unquote, even then, everything sounded suspicious. I didn't believe a lot of what she was saying. And through the very little work that I've done, just doing some Google searches and trying to understand things a little bit better, trying to understand what she was trying to say but didn't, or what she hid so that we didn't know. I'm not saying that precancerous cells aren't scary, because they are. And I think it was a good idea to have a hysterectomy to remove all those irregular cells to make sure that she didn't get cancer. I think that was a good idea. But did she explain it that way? No. She had cancer, everybody. And she said, and this is probably something that I should look into and put into a video so that you know what I'm saying, if those videos still exist. But she said very clearly she couldn't fit into the CT scan or there's a few others. She couldn't fit into them, so she doesn't really know. But she feels like she doesn't have cancer anymore. But she said that over and over again. She said that, I was supposed to go to my doctor today, but I didn't. They canceled. She's always canceling. They're always canceling on her. Conspiracy theory. She's a very unreliable narrator, for sure. But trying to piece together what she has said and what she didn't say, and looking at facts, I think she had precancerous cells and she got rid of them, and that was a good idea. Stretching out what's happening right now, her health issue right now, saying remarkable intentionally, even though it was probably unremarkable so that she has something to talk about in November. I think that's truly disgusting and despicable. And again, you can't believe a single word that she says. And here's the sick part. The sick part is that she's trolling herself. Because if there was something remarkable, if there was something in her bladder that might be precancerous cells again, what's going to happen then? I don't know. I don't know what happens with something like that. She might have to get some kind of radiation therapy or something, you know. I know that you can do that now, even with a pill. Don't quote me on that. But I know that it's come a long way. I only know this because I knew somebody who was fighting cancer who would take pills for it. Radiation therapy might not be the right thing, but I knew that they were taking pills instead of having to go to the hospital to get treatment. Unfortunately, they passed away, so I can't ask them. But I do remember them telling me a little bit about that. So her treatment could be pretty simple. If it's precancerous cells, she's getting it early enough that she could probably, you know, get over it pretty easily. Again, I don't know a lot about cancer. I can only talk about my aunt who died from cancer and the experience with my friend. He was a neighbor of mine who, he had cancer as well. It spread and he died. Anyway, I'm trying not to go into this too much. It's just sad. But I'm sure that there's a lot of us out there, me included of course, who have had experiences with cancer ourselves or with close people to us. And for her to monetize it, to make a few extra bucks because people know how horrendous cancer can be, for her to wait 2 weeks even though she knew what the diagnosis was, that she was okay, it was just probably kidney stones. For her to keep postponing the answer like that to make money, that's sick. It's truly evil. You know, knowing somebody who's had cancer, knowing someone who's died of cancer, it's sad. And she's just pushing it off like, oh, look at me, feel sorry for me, I'm the victim. My problem is now I have no sympathy bone for her. She doesn't tell the truth about anything. Even when she had precancerous cells and went in for hysterectomy, she still wasn't telling the truth. She still wasn't telling the truth about her follow-ups. How can you believe anything she says? I wouldn't be surprised if she got on and made a video about how she's dead. And then said, oh, wait, no, wait, I'm still breathing. I guess I'm alive, everybody. Ha-ha. You know what I'm saying? She took it too far. It's too much. And honestly, I don't want to watch her. You know, I felt like that a lot. I feel like that again. I don't want to watch her. I don't want to give her monetization. I don't want to give her anything. She doesn't deserve it. Does she deserve to pay her bills and shit? Sure. But doing it at the expense of people who actually cared about her, who actually worried for her, who may even have cried worrying about her, and her just like, I'm fine, nanner, nanner, nanner. You know, that's all I see in her face, that smug face. Not just for me, but for those of you out there. Might be hitting hard times right now. You might be facing cancer right now. What do you think of this bitch who's utilizing it for money? It's one thing if she actually had cancer. Then I'd be watching her videos 5 times and trying to donate what I could, because I know how horrible it is. Just as you know how horrible it is, I'm sure. I don't know what's wrong with her, but it's sick. And it shouldn't happen anymore. And if she actually did get cancer, I don't think I'd care. I don't think I believe her until her mother came on and made a video or made a statement that she passed away. And even then, would I care? I don't know. Anyway, that's all I gotta say.